Now we're on page 3. Achitophel committed despondent suicide. Zimri committed despondent suicide, and so did the 4 lepers. They tried to commit suicide. And then there are different types of suicides. Shimshon committed heroic suicide, as we know. He took one for the team, right? It says, "Vayomer Shimshon Tamas Nafshi Plishtim Vayipol Abayit Al Shranim Al Kol Ha'am Asher Bo." Esther went to Achashverosh in an act of heroic suicide. Mordechai told her to go. Al Tami ben Avshech Limalet Beit HaMelech Mikol HaYehudim. And of course, one of the most famous stories in Tanakh about heroic suicide is the story of Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. This is going to play into the halachas later as well, where Nebuchadnezzar told them to bow down to the idol, so to speak, and they refused, so they were thrown into the fire. The Gemara in Ksuva says, "Dilma Malkos Chamor, Damarav Ilmale Nadua Lechanana Mishal Azariah Plachul Itzama." Says perhaps the punishment of lashes is more severe. As Rav said, had they flogged them, they would have been worshiping that graven image. And then the Tosfos asked the question, what are you talking about? If they would have hit them, they would have bowed down. And we know the story of Rabbi Akiva, his flesh was taken off by an iron comb. And he grabbed that opportunity to be Moser Nefesh. So how can you say that Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah would not have bowed down to the idol if they were threatened with Yisurim? And the answer is, so the purpose of the tselem over there wasn't a real graven image. It wasn't a Avodah Zarah, because clearly if it was a Avodah Zarah, they would have even been tortured for it. But this was an act of midas chasidus. In other words, are you allowed to give your life over for midas chasidus? Because according to Tosfos here, one answer is that it was a kiddush Hashem. They were able to throw themselves in the fire, not necessarily because it was Avodah Zarah, but because of an aspect of Kiddush Hashem. Daniel is another episode of heroic suicide. He was thrown into the lion's den, again, after refusing to do Avodah Zarah. And we'll get to the next page and the next talk.